Hi, I'm Disciplined Dave, where I put the technique in your physique. This is the total body, no attachment resistance band workout. I made this workout to show people that they can get a great workout using just a resistance band. If you're new to the channel, I show people how to build muscle and get fit using only resistance bands. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, go ahead and subscribe. And if you've already been watching my videos and you've done more than 3 workouts, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and begin your commitment of getting into the best shape of your life by hitting that subscribe button. Today, I'm using resistance bands by UnderSun Fitness. These are some of the best quality bands that you're gonna find on the internet. Now, you don't need these bands to complete the workout. Any loop style band will work. Now, if you want to find out more details on why I love these bands so much, go ahead and check out this review where I tested these bands for over 8 months. Now, during each exercise, I'm going to be providing technique tips like this so you can make sure that you're using great form and great technique with each exercise, because this is the key to making sure that you get great results. So with that said, I recommend watching this video the first time all the way through until the end so you know all the technique in the proper form so you can do each exercise effectively. And then you can come back and follow along, or you can just skip to the chapter to the exercises that you would like to work out. So now that we have a plan of attack, let's go ahead and get started. Now in our first exercise, I'm going to use an UnderSun heavy resistance band. Now we're going to take that band and we're going to go ahead and step on it with our feet together, and this is the grip that you should use for this exercise. You're going to be palms up, gripping just like this. So now we're going to begin by doing some bicep curls by curling straight up. Now the key is you want to keep those elbows pinned down and keep those wrists bent backwards. Keeping the wrist bent backwards is going to help us focus on just the bicep, because if you have those wrists coming forward, it turns into more of a forearm exercise than a bicep exercise. Now you want to keep your back straight. You want to make sure you're only pulling with your arms and not swaying back and forth, and squeeze those biceps at the top. Oh yeah. Now wait, don't let go of that band. I want you to stand in that same position, and remember we had palms up. We're going to do the reverse, and now we're going to have palms down. This sets up perfectly for the reverse curl, and this is really going to help us work out our forearms. So same thing before, but we're just changing that wrist position. Now we want to focus on the forearms because this is going to help us get bigger biceps because it requires a lot of forearm strength. Now you're going to come up and you see that flex right there on the forearms. That's what we want. We want to make sure we get that developed, and you want to make sure that you're pulling away from the body up towards your face. Now in this exercise, we're going to use a medium-sized band. So we're going to take the band, and what we're going to do is create a special type of knot. So you're going to grab it just like this with the other hand to create a loop. And then you're going to go ahead and feed that long portion into the loop and go ahead and put your wrists around it. All right. Now that you have your wrists around it, you're just going to find a place on the wall, place your hand there, and on the opposite hand, you're going to pull down just like this to go ahead and work out your triceps. So the key is you want to keep your body stable and only pull right there with that arm. Now what you see here is that I just reached up a little bit here to add some more resistance. So you can change that resistance on the fly. That's the great thing about resistance bands. If you need a little bit more work there, you can just go up a little bit more in the band. Now same thing with the other side. You're just going to take that same loop, put it on the opposite hand, and then you're just going to go ahead and do the exact same thing on the other side. Now in this exercise, we're going to use an UnderSun heavy band. So we're going to take the band and stretch it out wide like this, and we're going to put it around our back. Now we're going to take that tension and bring our arms together and squeeze that chest for some chest flies. Now with this, we want to make sure that our arms are completely straight throughout the entire exercise. And we're coming forward and squeezing. I want you to imagine there's a pencil in the middle of your chest and you're trying to crush that pencil. Now in this next exercise, we're going to use a medium-sized band. So this is kind of like the exercise we just did, but we're not going to put it around our back. We're going to keep it in front, and we're going to squeeze those back muscles to do some back flies. So you want to make sure that you release that tension at the beginning, but not all the way, just the point where the band starts getting slack. And then once you reach that point, now pull back and squeeze your back. Now I'm going to give you a couple of different angles so you can make sure you do this properly, because form and technique is what's required for this. Now in this exercise, we're going to load up with an extra heavy band. Now you're going to step on the band like this, keeping your feet together, and you're going to reach down and start with tension. Now make sure your back is in a 45-degree angle like this, and now you're just going to pull up and squeeze that back. All right. Now you want to make sure that it feels like you're pulling your arms underneath something, okay? This is how you're going to really target that back. So keep those arms close, and then when you come all the way up, squeeze those back muscles. This is going to have maximum overload to help us really develop our back. Now with this exercise, I'm using a light band. So you're going to step on it with one foot here, and you're going to grab the band with the opposite arm, keep that arm straight, pull it to the side, and you're going to lift straight up for some side lateral raises. This is going to help us work out our shoulders. So the key is keep your back straight. If you want to use the other arm for balance, that's good, but you want to make sure that you have tension going up and control the band on the way down. You want to control the band, don't let the band control you. Now as we switch to the other side, I just want to let you know about the Super Thanks button. If you enjoy the workout so far or the content on the channel, and you want to know how to support the channel, you can do that by hitting the Super Thanks button. All the tips from the Super Thanks goes to making better videos that you can work out to every day. We're going to take that same light band and we're going to step on it with both feet here, making sure we keep them together. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and make sure that our palms are facing down. Now with our arms straight, we're just going to raise up like this for some front raises. This is going to really work out the front portion of our shoulders, and we want to keep our back straight. We want to make sure we're not leaning forward and backwards, and just raise up like this. In this exercise, we're bringing out the big guns, the extra heavy band. Now you want to make sure this band is flat, just like this, and you want to lay it down flat on the ground, and you want to step on them with both feet, keep your hands straight. Now you're going to use those loops like handles, and you're going to stand up, and you're going to squeeze those upper shoulders or those traps. Using this exercise is really going to help you develop your upper back and your shoulders. So you really want to go heavy with this, and you just want to shrug up. This exercise, I just want you to begin by doing some jumps. And the reason why I want you to do this, it's going to give you a good setup for where your feet should be when you're doing squats. Now I want you to remember where your feet were when you began to jump. That is going to be the perfect position of your feet. It's going to be different for everybody, so make sure you do those little jumping exercises first. You just need to do about 2 or 3. Now with this, I'm using an extra heavy band, and this setup is very important. So remember how your feet were with jumping. You want to put them in that position. Most people, that's going to be shoulder width apart, and you want to put your hands underneath like this. Now I want you to bend down with your legs, and that way you can power your way up to go ahead and put yourself in the perfect position where the band is around your arms. Now we're just going to squat down just like this, and making sure that we get good quality squats. When I say good quality squats, you want to make sure you get low and keep your feet planted on the ground. With this exercise, you're going to get on your knees. You're going to go ahead and step on one band. Go ahead and get on all fours with that band still intact, and then you're just going to kick your back leg up. Now using that resistance is going to really work out your glutes and your hamstrings. This is one of my favorite exercises for the legs. Now you just want to keep that tension with the band, and you want to control it all the way up and down. Make sure you pay attention to this setup, because this is the most important part, that it's set up right so you can be set up for success. Now look at this transition on how I'm going to go to the other leg. This makes it a little bit simpler, so you don't have to break down everything in the exercise to get set up for the other leg. Just simply cross that other leg by going ahead and just put it inside the band and just kick up. So with this exercise, we're going to begin on the ground. You're going to lay flat like this with your arms spread out, and then you're going to go ahead and extend your legs, and you're going to move them in a figure 8 motion. This is going to work out our lower abs and our obliques at the same time. Now you want to make sure that you raise those legs up all the way until the bottom of your butt comes off the ground. Now we're gonna stay on the ground right here, and we're gonna get ready to do some crunches. Now it's very important that you keep your feet planted, just like this, and you're gonna come up and crunch. Now the key with this exercise when it comes to technique is that you want those shoulder blades coming off the ground. You see like that? You should be able to just move a hand underneath if there was a partner behind you. So make sure those shoulder blades come off the ground. So now that we've gotten a great workout today, you may be wondering, what do I do tomorrow? Don't worry, I got you covered. Go ahead and check out this playlist of total body workouts. And if you want to look at some more focused muscle groups where you can work out each body part, go ahead and check out the No Attachment Loop Band series.